What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you on this hump day from the Mobile Lounge. It's going to be a, I guess you can call it a wild card Wednesday. Probably talk about a couple different items. First of all, I'm going to be smoking, which I haven't lit it yet. My Ardor I hate saying stuff like this around you guys, but it's a Urano. And in certain Latin languages, Urano would stand for like part of the solar system, like Uranus. Oh my. Y'all guys crack me up sometimes. It's a Urano Fantasy Series 2015 Ardor. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but my wife, where this sits on my stand on my table, it faces her directly across the table, the dinner table. My stuff is in the dining room. And she looked over there like 2 weeks ago, and she said that this pipe, from here up, she said, it looks like Shrek's face. Then when I pulled it out, she's like, are you going to be smoking Shrek? I said, yeah, where do you see that? So she told me she covered up this part and said, this is his mouth, his nose, and his eyes. I don't know if any of y'all can see that, but she does. So, if you didn't, and I tell you that it's there, that's power of suggestion. It might have worked with some, might not. Anyway, what I'm gonna be smoking, let me say it. What I am smoking is some HH Old Dark Fired. Depends on where you read the components in it, because the one, of course, Jim Inks had a review on it, but I didn't need to read his because I know what I already think about it. I bought a pound of it, so that should tell you something. I kind of like it. But one place says that it's dark Virginia, Dark Fire, Kentucky. Then on Tobacco Reviews, they call out the components of being Burley, Kentucky, and Virginia. And it's in the Burley family, not the Virginia. Like some would think that it would be Virginia, and then but it's not. Virginia is the bringing up the rear. You guys crack me up with your play on words sometime. Anyway, here we go. Yesterday, YouTube Studio said my weekly analytics are up for review. Click to review. So I clicked on it. It told me my 3 most watched videos, and then they played a game with me and said they pulled up 3 videos, 3 titles, and said, which one do you think got the most views? And one of them was from Weepon Wednesday, so I clicked on that because I figured more people would be wanting to watch a Weepon than watch me just, whatever. Well, it was. And it said that it had 703 views. So I looked at my video and it actually says that I had 1,000 views. Wow. Out of 1,000 views, I had 573 or whatever subs. They said that I got 10 new subs last week, but they only showed me 4 names. And I'd like to thank those guys right now. My newest one, I think it said 20 hours ago, is Nathan Werner. A few days back, it was Dre, 9525. Then before that one was Jason Frost, 5 new, not 4. They showed me 5 out of 10 new subscribers. They showed me their names. Jason Frost was 3. EADDYD1. I don't know if that's a code. Don't know if it's Eddie or Addy. But it's EADDYD1. And last but not least, Yox Yobert. Sorry if I don't pronounce that right. It looks like it would be Jax Jobert, but I don't know how you pronounce a J, if it's a Y or a J, or if it would be Yox Yobert, because it's spelled like, or Jacques Jobert, because it's spelled like Jacques Cousteau. Remember the diver guy back in the late 60s and early 70s that used to dive? Some of y'all might remember him, Jacques Cousteau, The Adventures of Jacques Cousteau. That's the way Jacques was spelled, Jacques. So is it Jacques Jobert? Anyway, thank you and welcome. Thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers, not just those 5, but all. And thank you for all the older subscribers that are still sticking around and watching my content. I appreciate it. I try to comment back on each one of y'all's comment because I figure that if you take time out of your day to watch my video, I can take 5 minutes and answer 3 or 4, 5, 10 comments. It's not that hard. I give a heart and a thumbs up to every comment, and then I comment on the comment. So I think that's all I had for YouTube Studio. YouTube, one thing about them, hang on. Some of you guys, your comments go through YouTube Studio and not just directly on YouTube. Because my buddy Dominic, pardon me, for some reason his comments get lost bouncing off the satellite, or bouncing off satellites up there. I don't know if you can tell how smoky it is in here, but I gotta get a little cross breeze. This smoke ain't moving and it looks like I'm in a freaking bar. But Dominic, his comments don't show up sometimes, and sometimes they don't even show up in YouTube Studio. And then there's like 4 or 5 others of you guys that I find your comments in YouTube Studio. So if I don't think about it sometimes, and it don't give me a alert, a notification that I have a new comment through the studio, I don't see it. So if I don't comment back on your comment, it's because your comment didn't come through, or YouTube didn't let me see it on the video. I'm using my burl handle, burl grip, Zycar soft flame. It's got the onboard tools, which I don't use. I actually think that the one is kind of useless, especially if you can't get it out. Anyway. So I've only had my CCW, which our CCW is actually considered wear and carry. So you can conceal it or you can open carry, providing you are legal age and you are a law-abiding citizen that is able to obtain a weapon legally, that you can get your permit. Well, I got mine. But before I was able to carry something that had projectiles coming out the front of it, I carried a weapon before that, but it was this. I've been carrying this for probably 25 years. This has been my go-to EDC weapon, and I still carry it as a backup with my one that lets projectiles come out the front. This is a Kershaw. It's an Onion, made by Ken Onion, is who designed it. They don't make this model no more. And the thing about it, when I bought this knife, I bought it from Walmart like 25 years ago, maybe a couple, give or take. When I bought the knife, it had a serrated edge at this part of it. I broke the tip off of it, being stupid. And with it having a lifetime warranty, I sent it into them. And for replacement, they sent me back this one that's got a straight blade. It does not have any serrations on it. And I'm thankful for that. I thought the serrations were cool, and they were very sharp, and you could saw through little stuff and whatever. But I like the plain flat blade, straight blade, a lot better than one with serrations, and it's still working just fine. It's assisted opening. It's not an automatic knife. In New York, it's considered a switchblade, and probably some other states. But in Maryland, it's a assisted opening knife, because you can actually, open it like that. There's no finger groove anywhere for it, but it's got the little thumb button on it. Belt clip, pocket clip, not reversible. I love it the way it is. It fits in my pocket great. Is no sharp edges, so when you put your hand in your pocket, it don't bother you whatsoever. So a couple years ago, I was kind of thinking about getting something, a newer knife for my everyday carry. You know, upgrade my weapon. Like I say, before I was able to carry a pistol or whatever, knives were my weapons. There's nothing wrong with using a knife as a weapon. You just don't want to take a knife to a gunfight. So I bought another Kershaw, and I thought it was pretty cool. I bought this one to replace my my other one, and this one actually you can reverse the belt clip. It's a assisted opening also, but it has this little tang on the back of the blade that it'll open up, and it's a cleaver style. I carried it for about a week. It just didn't feel right in my pocket. Just the way this was in my pocket. It wasn't sharp or nothing on my hand, but it just didn't feel right. So this is what I use now for cutting plug tobacco and any other harder tobacco subs. Sometimes I use it for rope, but most of the time with rope tobacco I use a cigar scissors. So then I went on the thing. I wanted to get a out the front blade. Those are automatic, and because the blade is concealed all the way in the knife. So I went on this knife site, and it was before I had my concealed weapon permit. I ordered the knife, everything, went through checkout, and when I got to checkout, they said, we can't mail that to your state. It was like $120 knife, and they're like, we can't mail that to your state because it's not Maryland compliant. So I went on Amazon, and guess what? Amazon sent me a knife. It's got a window breaker on it. You can reverse the belt clip because it hooks up. It actually comes up and goes under the glass breaker, so you can put it on either side. So I got it, kept it like that, so when I reached in and pulled it out, I got it out the front knife. I carried it for about a week or so, and it's just so daggone heavy. I just didn't, it just wasn't, it's been sitting in the drawer for a couple years now. Earlier this year, my buddy JC Pipes and Knives, he sent me a nice knife. It's made by Boker, and it's out the front. The belt clip is not reversible, and it's really, really lightweight. It's like a carbon fiber finish on the backside there. Pretty damn cool. It's not a cheap knife either, but he sent it to me when we were sending each other stuff back and forth. And so yeah, I was at the I was at the Columbus pipe show, and I bought a cigar from one of the vendors. I actually bought a couple. I'm going to review them one day. They're actually pipe tobacco cigars. But I only had my lighter with the punch cut on it. And I was carrying this knife with me at the show because I wanted something fancy. It's a dress knife is what I call it. When I go out to dinner and whatnot, I usually carry this one with me. But I didn't have, the cigar was a torpedo, and I didn't have a cutter to cut it. So I whipped this out, and just took it and went around the cap of the cigar. And Andy and Jody Garner, they were there when I used the knife to cut it, and Andy made a comment and was like, "Damn, Uncle Willie, I can tell this ain't your first rodeo." So even before I was ready, I was ready. I was as ready as I could be legally. But I was still damn ready if you come in through that door right there. But now that I have the permit, these are backups compared to the, we'll call what I carry on my side, we'll call that a cordless hole puncher. So, there you have it, fellas and fellettes. Hope y'all have a good rest of your hump day. And remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.